had an unfortunate incident a few years ago when he attempted a high jump, and that didn't go too well. Unfortunately for him, he had injuries to his spine, and 10 years later, he still cannot walk. My colleague, Bilishen, visited him and spoke to some authorities from the Swedru High School just to find out what exactly caused the injury. And so he put together this story.
Popular theoretical physicist Albert Einstein once said, "A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new." The quote highlights the importance of taking risks as a pathway for future success. For Muhammad Abdullah, however, one risk, one attempt at trying an unfamiliar sport changed his life forever. A single jump landed him in a wheelchair, dependent on a urinary catheter, a flexible tube inserted into the bladder to drain urine, a reality he's lived with for nearly a decade.
Because of this incident, me need friend be I'm inside, and emotional side and son day. I did.
Abdullah, the first of two siblings, was born at a Palm Junction in the central region, about 68 kilometers from Cape Coast. As a child, he idolized Michael Essien, watching the former Chelsea and Black Stars midfielder religiously. His passion for football continued after gaining admission to Swedru Senior High School, where he also developed an interest in sprinting. Known among his peers as a banger, he impressed many with his skill on the ball and speed on the track. But everything changed on November 21st, 2015. On his way to the school field to prepare for an inter-house competition, Abanga noticed a group of students behind the House 3 block attempting some high jump moves using mattresses as a landing cushion. Unaware that the housemaster had warned students the day before not to engage in such activity, Abanga, who had never tried the sport, decided to give it a go. That single leap marked his last as an able-bodied man, bringing his formal education to an abrupt end.
So he went head first, like he dove straight into the thing and landed on his neck with his leg facing up. And like the boys were laughing because it was a funny freestyle. And he made it, like he made it over the bar. So they all thought like he was joking. So whilst he was in the, like his head planted in the ground, another guy jumped, collided with him for him to fall. And he was lying, as I said, like he was still lying there for some time. And he was like, I can't feel my legs. I can't move. As I said, he thought he was just faking it.
Abdullah was rushed to a hospital in Swedru and later transferred to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital with the help of an old student. He spent nearly 3 months bedridden, battling a spinal cord injury. Swedru Senior High School provided as much support as they could.
Truly speaking, all the costs involving his admission and medical bill, whatever, was borne by the school. At that time, teachers were receiving, we used to have extra classes by then. And it coincided with that time, the incident. So every teacher committed something, not below 50 Ghana, I remember very well. Apart from that, the student body also did some contribution.
Abdullah was scheduled for surgery in February 2016, but his hopes were dashed when nurses and midwives began an indefinite strike over unpaid salaries, forcing him to return home. Abandoned by his father after the incident, the 29-year-old has since been cared for by his mother, Ivy Owusuanza. Once a hairdresser, Ivy sold most of her belongings to care for her son and has faced years of financial struggle.
Especially Katitana, they are sharing 3 weeks. Be a Mrs. Mrs. Nana Muka 1.5 every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks I had 10 years. I told me who you mean na Miss Alumnus one. I told me yet me Pia. In fact, it may be I'm a compare you are sorry.
In a bid to rebuild his life, Abanga enrolled in a graphic design course at IPMC. hoping to develop a skill that could earn him an income. But without a personal laptop, securing freelance work has been an uphill task. Still, he refuses to let circumstances define him. His optimism endures, and so does his dream of one day taking his own steps again.
I did be able to dream say, even say, my nan to be or say me and baby. And I said, me and baby, your crowd, still I was me try say, my nan to be. See, me give you up, say my nan to be. Me pass with the right medications and physiotherapy. I met my nan to be.
Life has not given Abdullah the path he expected, but he continues to write his own story, one of resilience, faith, and the will to rise above tragedy. Just as Einstein suggested, mistakes and risks are part of growth. For Abanga, his sleep may have taken away his legs, but it could never take away his spirit.
Very touching story indeed. Thank you very much, Bielishan, for bringing us that story, shedding light on this difficult situation.
Yeah. I think what's key is that there's still that self-belief and there's that optimism around, and I'm sure with the needed help and support, he would be able to realize his dreams and walk again one day.
Indeed. But let's talk about the GPL. My team is playing this weekend.
Yes.
Summertex. I'm quite concerned. I'm quite concerned because we are playing Kotoko.
Yeah.
And I know Kotoko is a strong team. Yeah. And knowing that my boys have not really played that much. But I'm still expecting some Tatashi to be shown the Kotoko people.
Kotoko are the only team in the Ghana Premier League yet to taste defeat. And so they've come quite far. They've played about 9 games or so, and they are unbeaten.
Yeah.
And so they've been quite strong this season, where if they're not going to win, at least they don't lose. And so I think it will be a very difficult task.
It's going to be tough.
But the good thing is that, for Summertex, is that they are playing at home. And at home,
Samurai boy.
Yeah, it's always been a strong point for them. And so it will also be easy for Kotoko as well. I think it would be a game where both sides would match up against each other. But however, there are also interesting matches. There's also Hearts of Oak traveling to Young Apostles. And then there's Mediama Bechem. Remember, Mediama also in and around the top of the table. Adriana also pushing for the league title as well. So it could be yet another decisive weekend, as just a few points separate the top 6 in the league. And we'll just be taking a look at the league table just to get a further understanding of how tight things are. It's been really interesting in the league this time around. As I mentioned, you can see just 2 points separating first from 5th, and then there's Hearts of Oak in there who have 17 points. And so I think it would be a really,
I'm surprised Hearts is number 6.
The thing about Hearts, they've been drawing a lot. They've had, I think, 4 no draws out of 10 matches, and they've been struggling to score. That has been their big problem.
Okay, and now I was making noise about them. Okay. Because we are just after Hearts of Oak, yes. But maybe if I want to borrow the words of the Nigerian coach, Summertex should put some juju in the corner somewhere so we can score Asante Kotoko. That would be great. Yeah. But from the local sports, we go to the English Premier League.
Yeah, there's
What's
also
happening
Premier
there?
League action, back after the international break. And Chelsea would be welcoming everyone back from the international break with the early kickoff on Saturday at 12:30 when they go to Turf Moor to face Burnley. That has been, a one-sided game for a long time now. Burnley, I think, have already beaten Chelsea once in the past 18 attempts, and so that should probably be straightforward for the Blues. However, there are also big matches over the weekend. On Sunday, there's the North London derby, as Arsenal are home to Tottenham Hotspur.
Yes.
And then Manchester City also on Saturday evening go to Tyneside to face Newcastle, and Man United are in action on Monday night.
I'll be looking forward to the Arsenal and Tottenham one.
Yeah, should be a good one.
Yeah, but thank you very much. Is there any other thing we need to know before you take leave of us?
No, so they should get updates on 3 Sports page, at 3 Sports GH, for the weekend updates on all sports in action.
The man Ore Kwampofo, thank you very much for bringing us the latest in sport. And of course, when we come back, we'll bring you some more. Do stay with us. But before we go though, Optima Solar Systems offers reliable solar energy solutions in Ghana, including solar panels, lithium batteries, water heaters, water pumps, and solar-powered CCTV. They provide installation, ongoing maintenance, repairs, and even comprehensive solar insurance against theft, fire, flood, and more. Flexible payment plans are available. The services suit homes, farms, and businesses, helping customers cut electricity bills and, most importantly, gain energy independence and support the environment as well. You can call them on 030-824-9900 or 050-502-3472. Check out their website on www.optimasolarsystems.com. Social media, Instagram, Facebook at Optima Solar GH. Stay with us. We're back with some more. Okay. So perhaps I should tell you about this. The Springboard Roadshow 2025 has journeyed across the nation with one purpose: connecting young people to real opportunities in agriculture, agribusiness, and ATVET. Well, this year marks a historic moment as we celebrate 500,000 young people. I hope you heard the numbers. 500,000 young people whose lives and ambitions are shaping a new future for Ghana's agricultural value chain under the Ghana Grows program. Today, we are joined by Madam Comfort Okran, who is the Executive Director of the Springboard Roadshow Foundation, and she's here to share with us the essence and, of course, impact of this nationwide movement. Good morning to you, ma'am. It's great to see you.
Good morning. Nice to see you as well.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How about you, ma'am?
Fantastic.
Yes.
Really, really great.
It's been quite a moment.
It has been.
Yes.
It has been. You know, when you look at all the things that we have had the privilege of doing over the past 18 years cumulatively, but for the past 3 years on the Ghana Grows program with the MasterCard Foundation and other consortium partners. It's been beautiful.
I mean, it's been from virtual university to all of that. It's been amazing 18 years, like you say. Yes.
Yeah, it has been. It has been. It has been.
But first, tell us really what this impact, first of all, 500,000 young people, what it means to you, first of all.
Well, the thing is that with the opportunity that we've had over the past 18 years to work with young people across the nation, we've been able to touch base. There's the in-person part where we have about 500,000 people for the past, let's say, 15 years. But within 3 years that we've had the opportunity to work with the MasterCard Foundation on the Ghana Grows program, we have had the opportunity to touch base with 500,000 people that we have been able to onboard onto the Ghana Grows program.
Wow.
What makes it interesting is that the Ghana Grows program is a mindset shift program where we showcase into people the opportunities that exist in the extended value chain for agriculture, agribusiness, and ATVET. So as we talk about on the Juma program that we run on TV3 every single week, as as well as things like the Ghana Hangout, as well as virtual university, as well as a career clinic. We have a weekly career clinic that we have as well, showcasing to people what kind of opportunities there are, what skills they can acquire. So on the career clinic, we're showcasing to you that if you want to farm, if you want to do fish farming, if you want to do mushroom farming, if you want to do adding value to different things, processing fruits, processing anything, this is how it is done. So with that process, within the past 3 years, we've been able to onboard 500,000 people, and they are across the nation, and they are telling their stories in their communities.
I mean, the smiles on your face is just indicative. I mean, these smiles are indicative of the satisfaction you get from impacting as many as 500 young people across the country. And I know you've been to some regions already. If you can tell us how it's been in the regions you visited so far.
We've had the privilege of visiting, I mean, for the past, since September. We've started. We've gone on the roadshow, the Ghana Grows or the Springboard Roadshow across all our regions, and for the 15 regions, Accra is the last one, for the 15 regions that we've been on, we've had the opportunity to meet with stakeholders, we had the opportunity to meet with people who have benefited from the program, hearing their stories, hearing new businesses, whether they are nano, whether they are micro, whether they are small, depending on what stage the person is on and what kind of capital he or she may have invested in that particular business that they are doing. Engaging with them, understanding what we can do together to make this story even more impactful. Helping them to look at how they can do their business processes better, how they can have the requisite soft skills like customer service training and so on and so forth. We've seen a transformation. I talk about having a transformation taking place not in the capital cities alone, but in different communities, depending on where they are. We have girls' clubs in about 68 communities that they meet on a weekly basis where they treat different topics, helping them to appreciate how they can be better at what they do, whether they are hairdressers, they are dressmakers. I mean, any space that they play, any space that they occupy, you can even make it better. And so they come showcasing how at first they were timid. They wouldn't be somebody that would be vocal, but now they can even sit in a roadshow conference, a youth conference, and talk about issues. Therefore, now their voice can be heard. Now they are taking the what we talk about, youth agency and youth voice. They are actually playing the role instead of which they would have otherwise ceded to someone, kind of maybe asking for permission. And sometimes they maybe even get the permission, but they refuse to act because they feel they don't have the requisite, the wherewithal to do that. But now they're going ahead and they are creating their own chaos.
And I love the bit about customer service because I've witnessed scenarios where you're going to buy something or somebody is going to buy something and trying to negotiate the price. Yeah. And goes like, Madam, if you can't afford it, just move on. So I mean, there's no sense of customer service there. Just trying to convince the person to at least buy, and not just buy that, but also buy more. And also come back. Exactly. Come back and even bring more people because that's when you know that you're really making impact with your customer service skills. But you had mentioned ATVET, and just wanted you to talk a bit more about that and also the impact of Ghana Grows, that kind of impact on young people across country.
In the past, we've unfortunately had the issue whereby when you think about ATVET, you think that it's for something that somebody that is may not have the requisite, training or even the background. So it's something that is those who were not well educated or something that should go in there. But we've come to realize that we've showcased that, in fact, when you are in the ATVET space, you are well positioned to actually rise to the top. The good thing is that the government has in the past actually rolled out a TVET program that is not just for diploma level, but then you can actually have a training all the way to a PhD as well, whilst you have the technical skills that you are using in your space. So we've had the opportunity to showcase to them that there is a value chain. So it's not just the skills that you have, but even the way it is used in your area of expertise. And that is a supporting them to rise to the occasion. So in this particular case, we have had people who now are very bold to say, okay, I am going straight into ATVET. Or even though I have maybe, I am educated, I want to do raising art. So I want to do something that I think I'll be able to work despite, so that you'd have not just your 9 to 5, but then you have other things that you can actually do. That would be your as you call your side gig.
Your side gig, they say, or side hustle, that's how they call it.
Exactly.
Yes, but if you can tell us again, the concern is that a lot more young people in the universities or technical schools, when they finish, they're looking forward to the white-collar job. What kind of signals are you getting from young people when it comes to their interest towards agriculture?
I think that is where I really feel the essence of what we've done at Ghana Grows, together, because there's this young lady that I spoke to recently, and she was talking about the fact that she always thought that when you're talking about agric, when you talk about farming, it's just about hoe and cutlass. And she didn't see why she's going to, she's in the uni and she has to use hoe and cutlass. But when she was introduced to drip agriculture, when she was introduced to the fact that you can do your farming, and because of the kind of equipment you use, you don't need to have a hoe. The place will not have any weeds, so you don't need to weed it. You just have to have the requisite technical, things that you put there, and then you are in a set place. Your drone technology, so then it's you know that, okay, I can easily go and get my drone. I don't have to be there to water it. Sometimes you think about
the machine is doing the work for you.
The machine is doing the work. You can even be at home, use your mobile phone, and be able to track what is going on your farm. If you know that it is that possible, immediately you are like, I can do this work, and then be maybe doing something else. Additionally, it's not just the farm. You have the pre-production stage. You have the logistics that you can be interested in. You have the part where you can talk about processing post-harvest, so that you don't have the issue where we say we have so many things that are going. I mean, I've got the product, but I don't have the market. But you have linked it. You can actually have somebody to process it for you. You can have somebody who would be doing the logistics for you, send it to the requisite markets for you, so that you don't lose the investment that you have done in your space. So this showcases to young people that I don't need to necessarily be growing. I can be playing along the whole extended value chain, be a researcher, be a marketer, be anything that I learned in my university, and play that role, because I love showcasing to other people the opportunities that exist.
And our time is up, but let me ask you about the relevance of your partnership with Absa Bank and your final word.
Right. So two quick things. With Absa, our financial inclusion is very important, and therefore we have partnered with Absa on the Ghana Growth Program. But additionally, we are having the grand finale after the 15 regions. So Accra is the 16th region, and we are having the grand finale tomorrow at the UPSA auditorium, the huge auditorium, and it's from 9 to 12:30. Now, this is where we showcase to people across the nation, across the world, what we have done in the past 3 years. Additionally, you'd have young people who have benefited from the program, and they'll show how they have, in their ways, been able to move from being maybe rejected or not having a regular source of income to now being able to run their own businesses. We have the Young Innovators Award as well, and therefore there'll be 5 people that we will recognize for what they are doing in the extended value chain for agric and agriculture. So tomorrow, everybody who is watching us, I want to throw an invitation to everybody. Do come to the UPSA Hall at East Legon, and you'll be interested. We bringing together so many young people from around the country to be part of a youth conference that showcases opportunities in the extended value chain for agribusiness and native. Ghana Grows. You'll be so enthralled.
Thank you so much, Madam Kampotokran, Executive Director, Springboard Roadshow Foundation. Thank you for sharing those views with us. And you heard her. You can just go there and make sure that you take advantage of this opportunity. Do stay with us, and we'll bring you some more here on your day. Stanbic Bank and Graphic Business are going to have a breakfast meeting, and I want you to get to know about it and why you need to pay attention to it. I'm joined in the studio now by Derek Romeo Adogla, who